It's not too short, it's fine. I'm going to England tomorrow. I've got to try and look my best. I know it's a bit difficult, I get that, I appreciate that, but I've got to try. Do you know what I mean? And I just thought, you know, try and look a bit smarter and that, get a nice little trim. I'm there for a while, my hair would have got even longer, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I might get lucky. What do I mean by that? I mean, I might win the lottery and not have to fucking come back here and see any of you miserable fuckers again. That's what I mean by that. I certainly don't mean with a woman, that is for sure. That's the last thing I fucking want. Miserable fuckers. Right, what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Newcastle takeover, I think. What, human rights? Fuck that. Do you think them Newcastle United fans give a fuck about human rights? Do you think they give a fuck if they get a league title? Where that money's coming from? Do you think that? I mean, I'd have took them at Liverpool, mate. Fucking two, right? You what? Over FSG, they need to talk about human rights. Fucking Americans, they're always sending people to the fucking chair and sticking needles in him. And then a few months or years later, they go, "Oh, we made a mistake, he was actually innocent." Don't talk to me about human rights. Honestly, I'd have took them. I'd have fucking took blood money or not. You know, what's the major problem when you think about it? What is the big problem, really? I mean, alright, so the chopped a journalist. I mean, who likes fucking journalists anyway? Look, I'd take ISIS, mate. I would take ISIS. I mean, alright, okay. So, ISIS come in, right? They chop up James Pearce. Do you reckon anyone's really going to be bothered about that if there's a couple of Champions League fucking wins, Premier League wins, and, you know, a bit of money, investment, and that? People be like, "Oh, it was alright, was James," but fuck it. You know? Club before journalists. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Women? Oh, second class sitting women. Yeah, well, you know what? They talk about women and driving and stuff like that. Women shouldn't be on the fucking roads. Everyone fucking knows that. Every bloke knows that anyway, that's for sure. I've got to be careful, because the other day I did a video on here, right? And I started the video talking about the James Bond movie. And, like, you know, when I do that, like, poking fun at cancel culture and woke people and all that. And I said, "Oh, you won't believe it, 007 is a chick, but not any chick, a black chick." And then this guy went really mental on me. And actually two of them, yeah, they did. They went mental on me. They don't get it. They miss the point, don't they? Do you know, they're a bit thick. You know, they don't realise I'm just having a bit of a laugh and a joke and poking fun. They're part of the fucking problem, you know, because they're all touchy motherfuckers. That's it. That's what you can't say nothing today. I mean, when I make this video, I've got to be careful what I say. You know, human rights, it's right. I mean, but, you know, I mean, right, public beheadings. What is wrong with that? If you look at the UK now, right, the system there, you can basically drive a vehicle through a town centre, exceeding the speed limit, smash into a pram, kill a kid, kill the mother, kill the pregnant mother, and get 3 months and you're out. And everyone's ranting and raving, saying that's disgusting. Or you go, you know, there's rapists and kiddie fiddlers and that, and they're doing no time. What would you... Cut the fucking head off in the street? I think people would be down with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think so anyway. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it might do if it was my head, but that's not the point, is it? I don't know. I mean, look, put it this way, contract negotiations would be amazing, wouldn't they? You know, they'd get him in for, you know, contract negotiation. Mo Salah, you know, and his agent, and if his agent, Rami, right, if he starts running his fucking, you know how smart he is on Twitter and stuff like that, he's a bit smarmy, that fucker, right? We're doing contract negotiations, right? Just think if we had this lot, you know, that bought Newcastle in charge, or even ISIS, right? The lot, every hour that they don't agree the deal, they cut one of his fingers off him. It's fucking brilliant. I think it's great, mate. I do. Anyway, with regards to women, they should be seen and not heard like kids. Fucking, I hate kids and all, they do me fucking head. Right, gotta be careful now. We don't want to upset anybody. Alright guys, how's it going? It is Friday, the 8th of October. I'll cut it all out, don't worry. I can't say my true feelings online, can I? I get fucking hammered. And I mean literally hammered. And not by them that have bought Newcastle either. Alright guys, how's it going? It is Friday the 8th of October 2021 and you're watching KopTalk.tv in association with footballclubshares.com where you can buy real shares in real football clubs. That's right. Now listen, I'm going to England tomorrow. I don't know if I've told you that. Fuck off. I'm going to England tomorrow and I'm going to be documenting my journey. Do you want to watch my videos while I'm there? right? I mean, you're probably thinking, no, see enough of your fat face. That's fine. YouTube.com/Duncan Oldham, Oldham. Yeah, I'm putting a video out on there in a minute as well from this room. You've seen me, you'll see it. Proof, absolute proof that I work out in a gym. You'll go on, I know what you're thinking. Just you wait. It might take a little bit to go live though, a bit like me after I'd left that gym room. Hey, anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the takeover at Newcastle United, right? Disgusting. I mean, them fans should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, who could support a takeover by such barbaric people? All of them, everyone in the whole country. Don't just say to me, you know, the royalty or the government officials. I mean everybody, even the normal people, even the women, them poor women in that country, absolutely suppressed. Awful. Absolutely terrible. You know, there should be equal rights for everyone in that country. You know, some people would argue, or maybe argue, that, you know, they've got it right over there. There is no cancel culture. Well, there is a cancel culture over there. It's basically if you complain and start giving it all this stuff that we get subjected to these days, and I'm not going to touch on what subjects I'm talking about, but everything where everyone gets offended and tries to get someone even tried to cancel me from my own fucking YouTube channel the other day because he was upset at one of my videos. Right, listen. Right, the only cancel culture over there is they cancel you if you run your fucking mouth. I think that's all right. Anyway, the thing is, right, as a passionate Liverpool supporter, right, I could not ever support the takeover from a rogue nation like that. Is that the right word, rogue? You know, a country with barbaric, you know, human rights records, you know, awful guys. I mean, we can have a laugh. You know, I like to laugh and a joke with you. You know, I like to joke and giggle and stuff, and, you know, reel a few in. But I've got to be serious, guys. You know, we should be grateful that we have got owners that are very ambitious and don't go around lopping people's heads off and stuff like that. They're all right, them. They're all right, FSG. If you're a Newcastle United fan, you know, look, I need to be a bit serious now, right? Newcastle United, right? I used to live up near Newcastle, just outside Newcastle. I loved it up there. I used to race greyhounds, right, up at Newcastle. I had 10 greyhounds there. Some of you remember that. Boot room boy, boot room lass, faster than Owen, etc., etc. And because I was going to the races every weekend, you know, to watch my dogs run and speak to my trainer and things like that, I thought, you know, I'm spending that much on hotels, I might as well just buy an house here. So I bought an house there, just outside Newcastle, and lived there for many years. My next door neighbour was brilliant. He was a Newcastle fan. I'll never forget the day when Newcastle played Liverpool, and when I woke up in the morning, he hung like loads of Newcastle shirts in his lounge window. I could see his lounge window from my lounge, you know, where my armchair was, you know, typical dad and all that. And I think Michael Owen scored in the first few minutes of the game. And he turned around, I could see him pulling all the shirts down. And this is true. I once bought 2 season tickets at Newcastle. I was a Liverpool season ticket holder for more than 20 years and still am. However, people said to me, and I put this online at the time, I said, I've got a couple of season tickets there. They said, why have you got that? I said, well, I like football. Now, the only games I went to see was Newcastle versus Liverpool and Newcastle versus Liverpool. I wanted to go, like, my thinking at the time was, maybe Man United. I just thought, well, I can go and watch Liverpool. I can take my son, he was only really, really young then, was Rob, or Charlotte, and they were right behind the goal. I think I went in 2 years to 2-3 games, if that. And to be honest with you, the neighbour I'm talking about next door, I used to give them to him every week. So, yeah, you get yourself to a game. Well, great people up there, lovely people up there. Them fans deserve huge success. They really do, guys. If you could pick any club, as Rafa would say, out of the Premier League to who I would want to see do well, if it couldn't be us, I'd say, well, you know, a takeover like this, it would be Newcastle or Leeds United, because I think they've got great fans. Maybe, you know, some of you won't agree with the Leeds United one, but you know, I was brought up, you know, surrounded by Leeds United fans and Liverpool fans. My family is 50-50 Leeds or Liverpool, right? So, you know, I just think they've got great fans, and I'd love to see them do well. And my friend, I do have one, he's a Newcastle United supporter, and he's been on the WhatsApp group all morning about this. And he's an extremely political guy, extreme left, you know. He would argue that he's not And he's always banging on about, you know, things like human rights and how bad the governments are and things like that. My screensaver's come on. So I messaged him back today and I said, well, you know, because of your your passion for humanity and all that's good in the world, I'm sure you'll want to distance yourself from this takeover. And he hasn't replied yet. And I know he'll reply, oh, fuck off, like, lad, you're nah, right? Because they're hypocrites, aren't they? He's an hypocrite. And I'm going to tell him today, because I'm meeting him this afternoon, I'm going to tell him to his face. I'm going to say, you're a fucking hypocrite, you, right? Now, I know that the majority of Liverpool fans, right, look, I'm fucking breaking down into a sweat. It's boiling in here, like, should I put aircon on? Right, it's because I've been in gym. Watch my other YouTube channel, /Duncan Oldham, you'll have a look in a minute. Right, listen, what was I saying? Newcastle fans, I'll see him later today, I'm going to fucking tell him. Liverpool fans, not happy with this, right? We all like Amanda Staveley, don't we, guys? Oh, fuck, I tell you what, I looked at. Right, listen, right, serious biz, right? I know Liverpool. Look, you know, I just happen to run the most successful football fans, you know, supporters website in the world, and I've done so for 23 years. If you don't like me and you run another website and you're watching this, just remember you were on fucking potties when I started back in the 90s. All right, just saying. Right. So I've been like listening to what all the guys, and you know, when I say guys, I do mean boys and girls, right? Because we do have both. So I've been listening to all the guys, right, on the forums, and that's saying how, you know, disappointed they are. You know, this fuck now. You know, this Newcastle are going to be dominant in years to come, etc., etc. And I understand that, but I think it's a good thing for Liverpool Football Club. Do you know why? Because it puts pressure on FSG. That's what I think. And I'm telling you right now, John Henry is waking up today, or he woke up yesterday or today. I don't know what time difference is, right? I don't fucking know. No, he'll be in bed now. He'll be in bed giving Linda a good scene to with a fuck if he's dropped an aspirin, right? Lucky bastard. Linda or Amanda, that's all I want to know about in this video, to be honest, in the comment section. You can't say things like that. Sexist, man, awful. Good. I'm glad. I hope I have upsetted someone's soft cunts. Right. John Henry, right, he'll be like, I guarantee you that, because like he bought Liverpool Football Club because of financial fair play, right? There's no doubt about it. Not he, them, they, right? And they've always whinged about it because financial fair play hasn't really been policed. Okay. Now, from what I understand, financial fair play, based on Newcastle's books at the moment, everyone keeps going, they've got 700 million to spend and all this, right? No. From what I understand with financial fair play, it would be 190 million pounds that they could, as it is, invest in the squad, for example, as Rafa would say, without getting into trouble. But then they bend things around and stuff like that. They can get away with it. But you know, their entire ownership of Liverpool Football Club was on the is it the word premise or premise? I don't know what do Americans say. Not a lot. Just the whole thing, you know, was like, well, if there'd been no financial fair play, they would not have bought Liverpool Football Club. That's my opinion, all right? And financial fair play is apparently being axed and replaced by something else, okay? Which is a concern, and for them. And I told you to watch news to do with that, didn't I, months ago? Now listen, I want to read something to you. This is a good video. I'm enjoying this video. I might have to cut the audio from this and put it on the podcast today. Don't forget, if you listen to the KopTalk podcast or the Dunk Knows Best podcast, don't forget, while I am in England, I won't be able to produce like the proper podcast that I normally do, because I won't have the editing software, I won't have a microphone. So what I'm going to do is just record the raw audio on my mobile phone, my cell phone, and upload that to patreon.com. All right, so www.koptalkpodcast.com. I'll still be doing the podcast, but I can only do them with the raw file. I can't do all the editing. Not that it's very exciting anyway. Okay, so what am I trying to tell you? Can you tell I'm a bit hyper this morning? I'm a bit hyper. One, because I'm going to England to see my fucking kids and my grandson after nearly 2 years. And I'm also hyper because I like stuff like this to do with takeovers and things, because this is a game changer, I think. I just think it's a game changer, okay? You might not see that yet, but I think it will be in the long run. So, someone's pulled up a post of mine on the members website, on the KopTalk members website. You can get access to that if you join this YouTube channel and get the middle tier or above. We'll get you on there. You can join me in there with all the boys and girls. I posted this on the 17th of October 2017. All right, I forgot about this. And it's just that the people have dragged this up because of what's happened with Newcastle. And I know there's a rumour of £1.5 billion being rejected by FSG. And I know that there is a rumour that they want £2 billion. This is 2017, remember, the year 2017. There is a real anti-FSG vibe at the moment, so I'm not convinced by all the claims. However, I received an email yesterday from a source, nobody associated to this website, because that does make a difference, that says Staveley offered FSG 1.2 billion and it was rejected. I haven't been told when this was, so it could have been last year, and in brackets I've put China. Don't know why I've put that. China. There must have been interest from China on there. What was that? There was a company from China, wasn't there? Was linked with us only, was it a year ago? Was it called Tencent? Oh no, they were linked in the past, weren't they? I can't remember. Google Tencent and Liverpool. I don't know. Memories. This is fucking, how long ago? 4 years ago or something. I've been told that this was when, I haven't been told when this was. So it could have been last year, brackets China, or it could be as recent as this week. The source didn't want to talk further, sadly. I can't remember who that was. I'm led to believe she has Middle East and Far East individuals ×3 interested in Liverpool and Newcastle. I'm not sure who wants what. Therefore, one party may only want LFC, another may only want Newcastle, and there may be another who would consider both. And this post, basically this is titled Staveley Offer Rejected. And there was a huge debate about this. It's 9 pages long now. And obviously the members are discussing this again today. I'd love to see the post that's dragged it out. Where is it? What's brought it back to life again? This one, I think. One of the members has put, just bumping this back up. Oh, what could have been? Laughing faces. Ah, well, happy for the Newcastle fans. Kinda. And basically, I think this member is referencing the post that I the information that I shared with the community 4 years ago, and is kind of now we've seen it. There is this takeover has happened with Newcastle and not Liverpool. Look, jokes aside, I remember the whole the incident of the journalist that was executed. And his body chopped up, and I've watched documentaries about it, and it just, seeing the people that are in charge of that country, if you like, then mingle with Western politicians and world leaders and shaking hands and stuff, it made me sick. Honestly, it did, guys, and I am not taking the piss now. And at the time, I just thought, this doesn't sit right with me. And I've seen that I can't pronounce his name, you know what I'm talking about, and I've seen his missus on the telly at the time, and I've seen her on TV again in the last 24 hours. Imagine having a loved one butchered, a journalist butchered for trying to bring people to account for having an opinion. And, I've seen many discussions on the KopTalk members website from you guys, some of you are on there, saying I couldn't support a takeover by these kind of people at my club, and I think that is a majority feeling. I've been watching Newcastle fans outside their stadium this morning or last night, on the news when I was having my coffee this morning. They're all celebrating. They don't care, and I feel that most Liverpool fans would be like that as well. And I know some of you will be watching this going, I would never support it. But what do you do then? Do you boycott Liverpool Football Club? Do you give up on Liverpool Football Club if we have, had they bought our club, hypothetically? One Newcastle fan said, it's not us, we're just the fans, this is our club, we're not responsible for what happens in their country, etc., etc. There's been assurances that the people at the top of their country won't be involved in the running of the club, etc., etc. They just want their club to be successful. We often criticise some of these countries that we're not familiar with. We just read what's in the press or what's out there. And many of you guys are very educated as well, and not just casual readers, and do really know what happens in some of these countries. and are very passionate about it. I often think, yeah, but you know what? We've killed hundreds of thousands, millions of people in wars. The West, you know, America and Britain, innocent people, you know. And I don't know. It's not really for me to. I don't know where I sit with it all, guys. And the only thing I can do is, if you're a Newcastle United supporter watching this, I really hope you get success. Honestly, obviously I don't want it to be at the expense of my own club. But I really hope that you are up there challenging. You've been through so much with Ashley. I would love to see Newcastle as a top 4 team, and it's good for the Premier League because it you know, it keeps everyone on the toes. I'd love to see someone take on City. I'd love to see someone take on, like, well, even I don't know if you would say Chelsea anymore. I don't know, but you know, Chelsea and Man City over the years have had extortionate amounts of money. And you know, and also have controversial. There's a lot of people have got a lot of things to say about Abramovich and things like that. Football people, though, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they go around bumping a few people off, but the football people. And all I want my club to be owned by is football people. You know, so FSG might be nice people, or you know, I love America. I love my American friends. My best friend is American. You know, I absolutely love America, and. As a football supporter, sometimes maybe you don't or shouldn't get too involved with who owns your club. I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, I was very angry and touched by that incident to do with that journey. I mean, it's fucking awful. But then you look, at league table and I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there the same as me. Some of you will just outright go, no. And I understand that. But trust me, I have gone no before, and then I've thought, even if the bought no, you know, like, what can you do? Walk away from the club, or do you blame these, like, the people that are, you know, Amanda Staveley? She's a nice person. Do you look at her now as bad as people that might have sanctioned executions and stuff like that, or what? Who is it? You know, I don't know. It's a tricky one for me, and I've been thinking about it all morning, and I really have, guys. I've been watching the news on loop, listening to the radio as well when I came down here to my studio here and my office and I just keep thinking, what would I do if it was Liverpool? And I don't know. I think it's very easy to be dismissive. I don't know. Because I just, we can talk about human rights records and everything, and, you know, the way that, you know, homosexuals, lesbians are trapped in that country, women, but I'm not educated enough. I've got to be honest, I'm not educated enough, and I can only go by, you know, I was reading the Daily Mirror today, I don't know where it is, on my tablet, again, reading more about the aspect of, you know, the issue of human rights, and I was reading one journalist in there saying he couldn't, you know, he's a football supporter, and he can accept that football clubs are now a business, but he can't accept that a fellow journalist could be executed. And then he drew comparisons with the owners at Man City and Chelsea, and saying that the Premier League now has no morals, you know, and stuff like this. And you know, maybe we can be a bit more snotty as Liverpool fans. Maybe we can be a bit more snotty as Liverpool fans about this and say, no, we would never do it. You know, because we have got decent owners at the club, whether we like them or not. We have, you know, they're not the best, but they're not the worst. And we have seen success under their ownership, thanks to Jurgen Klopp. But they appointed him after Brendan Rodgers. But if you're a Newcastle United supporter and you're just an ordinary guy or an ordinary woman, you know, and you've not seen any kind of success like we've seen over the years, you know, we lose a cup final, you know, they'd be happy to lose a cup final probably because at least they got to it. You know, Liverpool fans today, the modern Liverpool fan, and the big club, Newcastle's a big club. What I mean is the successful clubs at the top that do compete for the major honours. You know, some of them go, oh, FA Cup final, no thanks. Whereas a Newcastle United fan would give anything for a fucking FA Cup final, as would I, because I'm still old school. Maybe, maybe we look at it differently. Maybe we shouldn't judge them Newcastle fans, because maybe they just think, the ordinary lass, maybe they just think, do you know what? No one gives a fuck about me in society. My government doesn't care about me and my family. My only escape is supporting my football team. And do you know what? What goes on in another country, the other side of the world, that's their business, not my business. Maybe that's how a Newcastle fan is feeling today. And I can understand that a bit. We can all say and all condemn and all judge and say this is terrible, that's terrible. But this shit's happening all around the world. All around the world. But certain countries get highlighted and portrayed in certain ways, And we are from those countries. Now, in a lot of countries where we've seen trouble over the years and we've gone, oh, that guy, he's a bad dictator, he shouldn't be leading the country. Some of them people have said, maybe he's a bad guy, but we didn't have all this shite going on when he was around before you took him out, Mm-hmm. It is a tricky one, isn't it, guys? So, I don't know where I'm going with the video, really. I still haven't got the answer. I think part of me wanted to say, I think the message I was trying to say, and I've made an absolute fail of it, was don't be, as a Liverpool fan, don't today, be sat there going, oh, that's it now, we've got no chance now, as hard as it, because that's a defeatist attitude. And I actually think it does us a favour, because if you're FSG out, right, this is going to possibly help achieve that, because if you own that club today and you're FSG, what would you be thinking now? Yeah, it's going to get harder. It's going to get harder. That's what she said. And Amanda or Linda, or both. Got to watch my blood pressure, remember. If you don't know what I mean by that, I was in hospital September 1st for a few days. High blood pressure, thought I was having a heart attack. Yeah, I'd have an heart attack with either of them. Yeah, look, I'm just trying to say, if you want FSG, I think this is a good thing. There you go. That's all I'm trying to fucking say. How long's fucking video? 27 minutes. Fuck that. Right, I'm off. So listen, I'm probably going to drop this audio on the podcast today. So if you listen to the podcast, at least you didn't have to see my face. You know what I'm saying? And I will still add to the podcast, obviously, because there's things I want to talk about. But I ain't repeating all this shit again. So this is a good way of including my views on the podcast today. It is 9:30 in the morning here, 8:30 in the UK. See, I'm clever boy, me. I'm going to upload this video. I'm going to upload a video to my Duncan Oldham channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. Please go and subscribe to that channel, because we're going to have some fun on there, trust me. Yeah, we are. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go for a cup of coffee and a breakfast at my mate's bar, because I'm going to England tomorrow. I won't see him for a while, and I want to support him, his business. And then I'm going to do a bit of work, and I'm going to read all my YouTube comments that you guys are sending me. Please don't get offended by my little intros sometimes I do on videos. We're trying to have a laugh around here, and if you take them serious, sometimes you are honestly completely and utterly brain dead. I mean, will that offend someone? Spastic. You're a spastic if you do that, right? Fucking no. Thick. It's like sometimes you poke fun at society. And if you watch my video the other day, and I talk about the James Bond, the 007 woman and all that, if you look at that and think I'm being serious, right, you seriously need your head testing, because you are part of the problem. That's all I'm going to fucking say to you. And trust me, I've been here for a long time, and I'll never change. Ever change, right? I don't go out of my way to offend anyone, right? We're just having a laugh and a giggle. Do you understand? All right? If you're the sort of person that can't have a laugh and a giggle, or you're too tetchy, you shouldn't be on this fucking channel, right? So that's all I'm going to say on that one. Right, guys, it's time to go. Listen. I will try and do some content when I'm in England. I'm taking my laptop and shit like that. All right. So I will be there, but I'm just saying the podcast there. I won't be able to do the podcast to everybody. They'll only be for the people that support the podcast. All right. I know you're not missing out on anything anyway, much. And listen, another thing, if you come to KopTalk.tv when we do the live streams on a Saturday night when we get very drunk, well, when I get very drunk, no, you two, you do as well, you two, that sounds like I'm saying two people, you do too, and we have the music and banter. There is one scheduled on this YouTube channel for the very end of the month. Go and have a look, set a reminder. But I was thinking of doing a knees up from England. What do you reckon? Should we do that? Yeah, where I'm staying, and I'll get the disco lights and the smoke machine, the tunes, bottle of vodka. What do you reckon? Should we do that? Let me know in the comment section. Remember, this is a very serious video. I want to know, right now, give it some thought before you answer. I want you to give it some thought. I want you to wrestle with your conscience with this, right? And this is the question, right? Linda or Amanda?